Every year, as they do, birthdays happen. Um, and mine is coming up. I'm probably going to put this out on mine, because I don't mind you guys knowing my birthday. I'm not sure I want you guys knowing my age yet, but I don't mind you guys knowing my birthday. Um, and so right now I'm waiting for, baking a cake to take to work because um, I mean it's still, when I'm making this, it's the 19th, so it's still pretty early for my birthday when I'm taking my cake to work tomorrow. But I just wanted to be able to share it with my coworkers because they're great people. And that's like I mean cake is great, so why not share it? And next week I have all sorts of family stuff, so I wouldn't get the chance then. But so every year as my birthday gets closer, I find myself thinking about the past and what I've done to grow since then. I started this channel shortly after my birthday in 2016. And I don't regret it. There are some things I would have done differently if I was just starting it now, as opposed to when I did. But time passes and you get older and you learn more and you grow. And that's kind of how it is. And that's all I could ever ask of myself. Real talk, though, is I've seen a lot of change in myself in the past year, and I know you guys haven't seen it so much. Between me making fewer videos, especially after I moved out of my parents, and as you can see, I'm still living out by myself, and I'm totally okay with that. It's not something I regret at all, even though the circumstances that led to it were less than ideal. But I've learned a lot about myself in this past year, and it's just, I don't know, it's just, I've had a lot of experiences that I haven't necessarily talked about a ton, and I've had a lot of thoughts, and I've started a lot of things, some of which I haven't finished, and some of which I haven't finished yet, but will. And it's just, I don't know, I still don't know entirely what I'm doing, but I thought I'd talk about it a little. It's a little weird getting older. That's something I've determined as time has gone on. But it's good. In this past year, since July 19th of 2017, I've graduated college. I mean, I don't have a job with my degree yet, but I got a job last year at this time. I was in a job that I hated, and I'm in a job that I love right now. It's not at all what I was intending on doing, but I still love it. And I don't know what doors it's going to open for me in the future, but the only way I can find out is by hanging on and seeing. In this past year, I was hoping to have a demoable version of the fan game I'm working on ready by my birthday, but I know that's not going to happen. Not with all the family things I have going on, and with how far I still have to go with it. But I'm still going to keep working on it. I'm not going to give up. It's not something I'm going to give up on, even if it takes me a lot longer than I wanted it to. It's already taken me longer than I wanted it to. I wanted it done almost a year ago, and I'm not even half done right now. Though that is largely the fault of me, because I got halfway through it and then decided I wanted something completely different, and that I wasn't happy with what I'd made. And I promised myself that I'm not going to release things, especially big projects, that I'm not actually happy with. So I started over. And I'm sure it's frustrating, especially for those of you who were hoping to find out more about that, but it's nowhere near ready yet. But hopefully, as I get closer and as things get closer, hopefully that will change and I'll be able to tell you guys more about it. I'm not working on this one completely alone now either, which helps a great deal, even if it's just by easing the stress and the worry that I have. One of my good friends is making music for the game, but that's one of the reasons I don't have a set release date, because we don't know how long it's going to take, because I have to make all of the maps and the sprites and figure out how to do all of the events and the mini games and the levels, and he's going to be making all of the music, and it's just a lot to do. This isn't quite the same thing as I did with Wade's games. Those were short, and I did them in about a month each in my spare time, and it wasn't a big deal because they were meant to be little silly things to help me. Like, they were meant to help me practice and just have fun. But this one, it was like that because Wade doesn't take things very seriously a lot, and I didn't know what I was doing. But now I know I'm capable of a lot more, and the person for whom I'm making this game is definitely more of a try-hard person, which isn't a bad thing, but I want to be able to make the game to match. Like, it's not going to be super difficult. I'm trying to make it so anyone can play it, but it's a fine balance figuring out how to do that. So, yeah, that's where that's going with that. But on the other hand, I've come a long way creatively. I've ended up doing more than I ever imagined, and it's only the beginning. I've improved so much in a year. I can put up here's a picture from, or maybe it's filling the whole screen, I don't know, but here's a picture from last year about this time, and then this is the most recent picture I did, and it's just, I mean, the differences might not be super noticeable, or they could be huge. I mean, it depends on what you're looking at and what you consider to be an important difference, but there's no doubt about it, I've come a long way in the past year, and looking back to the very first pieces that I ever made to go online with my as a digital platform, which was the art for the Minion Lord and then for Wade's 1 million subscriber mark. Like, I've come a really long way since then, and I'm proud of me for doing that. I'm not giving up. I'm going to continue working on improving myself, but it's good. Like, I'm happy. And it's a weird thing to say because I haven't been happy for a lot of my life. And for a huge chunk of between my last birthday and this one, I've ended up, like, I haven't always been happy. I've been pretty unhappy sometimes. Like I said, I was in a job that I hated, and I was taking a full load of classes, and I was trying to do everything, and that's one of the reasons I didn't make videos for so long, was because I just didn't have the energy to do it. And I don't necessarily have the energy or the motivation to make lots of videos now, but I'm determined to get you guys at least one a week. Although I have about 4 hours of unedited Stardew Valley multiplayer footage right now, so I might start releasing one of those a week, and then whatever other video I end up with. I don't know. We'll have to see. No promises, but I want to start creating more for this. I want to start challenging myself more. I don't normally do vlogs, but yeah, so I've changed a lot, and it's for the better in this past year. And it's only been in these past couple of weeks that I've really realized how much I've changed and how much happier I am. And it's good. And I didn't, for a while, I didn't really ever think I would get there. And I'm not fully there yet, but I'm definitely getting there. And that's good, and I'm happy with that. But that doesn't mean I'm going to sit back and be complacent and let life just happen. Some things I need to wait on, and I need to take time to figure out myself more and understand who I am. And some things I'm just going to push ahead, and even though I have no idea what's coming, I'm not going to get anywhere by just sitting here. I'm also really looking forward to the upcoming year. In just a couple of weeks, in 20 days from the time I'm filming this, and 9 days from the time this goes up, I'm going to be going to Canada. I'm going to be going to a different country to visit a friend. And I'm going to make at least one video while I'm out there, and we're going to have fun but like, this is something I've never done before. I've never flown before. I've never traveled by myself. And yet these are going to be two things I'm going to be doing at the exact same time. And I've never really been to a different country before. Like, when I was little, we went to Glacier, but that doesn't really count. We didn't really go anywhere in Canada. We just went to the park and came back to the US. I'm pretty sure it all happened in one day. So, and here I'm going to a city, and I'm going to be spending time with my friend, and I'm going to be experiencing it, even if it's only for a week. And I'm really excited about that. And I don't know what it's going to be like, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. And I never thought I would have this opportunity. It's been one of my dreams since I was little to travel and see the world. And not just far off places, but close by countries and other states that are not like Utah. Most states aren't like Utah. It's a pretty unique state, which, I mean, I like living here, but I don't want to just limit my worldview to here. And so this is a step in that direction, and I'm thrilled about it. To be honest, I don't know what my future holds. I don't know where I'm going to end up in life, or whether in a job, no matter in what job, or in what state, or even what country, or who I'm going to marry, or if I'm going to end up getting married at all, though I'd like to, eventually. Not yet, but eventually. And it's just... But it doesn't really matter right now. What matters right now is that I'm trying to have the best life that I can under my circumstances. Like, I don't necessarily have the best of circumstances. There are definitely people who have it better off than I do, and things could be so much better for me, but honestly, they're not bad. And I'm going to appreciate that. Not bad is pretty good. And I can make that better if I can make that better just by picking out something each day to appreciate, and by loving my friends, and by challenging myself to become a better person. And if that's the impact I end up leaving on this world, then that can be it. I will be happy with that, because by doing that, I'm improving other people's lives. I'm improving my own life, and I'm living the best life I can. There is absolutely place for complaining, and not everything ends up working out the way you want it to, and it sucks, but I can't do that to myself. I refuse. I'm going to take what I have. I'm taking what I have, and I'm going to continue taking what I have, and I'm going to make the best out of it. Because no matter how determined people are to make me miserable, I refuse. There will be times that I am sad, and there will be times when I am miserable, but I refuse to just let life get to me. There are so many amazing things that can happen. I'm not going to just look at all of the negative. That's no way for me to live life. And I'm hoping that with this attitude that I'm trying to maintain, and that I'm trying to work towards, because it is a process, and it is something that I won't be able to maintain 24/7, because I shouldn't, because when I'm sad or angry, those are emotions that need to be addressed, and they're there for a reason. We have emotions for a reason. But by having an open headspace and acknowledging those reasons, and by addressing the problems that are causing them, I'm hoping that I can continue to push myself and to become a better person and provide you guys with better content and me as a better creator, however that ends up being. And like I said, I don't know what the future holds, but I'm looking forward to this next year.